Wait, what did Foodshops just...
And by the way, I just want to say, okay, the thing where it's like Jane Doe versus Stephen Bonnell II, that is doxing. That is doxing. Do you know why it's called doxing? It's because you're maliciously naming someone who is identifiable in an effort to destroy his public reputation. All right? You're naming Destiny on purpose, okay, in that lawsuit in an attempt to destroy his public reputation. All right? You're protecting yourself. You're naming him in a malicious manner. All right? I fully believe that is doxing. Okay? That's doxing. You are. Pixie is doxing. Pixie is doxing. All right? So even though... Now, here's the thing. People don't understand what the definition of doxing is, okay? It's not just about making private information public, okay? It's not just about that. It's when you're naming things in such a manner as to inflict harm, okay? You're naming and posting things in such a manner to inflict harm. All right. So even though Stephen Bonnell II is a public name that literally everybody fucking knows, and everyone can just say, "Oh, it's a public name. It's a public name." Think about how differently the reputational shit would have gone if Pixie sued him in private, and it was Jane Doe versus John Doe. Think about that. If it was Jane Doe versus John Doe, and Pixie never announced her lawsuit, and the entire lawsuit was in private. Do you think that things would be the same right now? Do you think that Destiny's public reputation would be higher or lower or stay about the same? Okay? Because I would argue that it would be higher. The reason why it would be higher is because he's not as easily identifiable. It would be identifiable by fewer people. All right? So it's a dox. Yeah? Are we clear on how I make this argument? How I'm making this, like, does my argument make sense? It makes sense. In my mind, it makes total sense. Okay? Yeah.
imply that Pixie deserves to be doxxed? You're blaming her for the legal team. I don't know.
Nice. Yeah. Yes, they are one. That's how parties work, you fucking moron. All right? It isn't, if somebody loses a case, it isn't just Walter White loses a case. It's Walter White, that includes his legal team as well, loses the case.
I just thought that was funny that Foodshop says, "Oh, I agree most with Lonerbox," when I believe she totally disagreed with Lonerbox's hypothetical, right? On the situation. But she's like, I guess trying to, like, distance from Destiny in some way, and is like, "Oh, I actually agree most with Lonerbox."
Does anybody remember what I said about Lonerbox? Like, in a good faith manner. Does anybody remember? Extra brownie points to anyone who remembers what my take is on Lonerbox. Like, if you remember the whole take. Because I recall that my take was that Lonerbox should team up with Destiny for the sake of political efficacy, because they have shared enemies and because they have very, very much similar shared beliefs. However, I do not blame Lonerbox for not associating himself with Destiny anymore. I do not blame him. I do not blame him. I do not blame him for not associating with Destiny anymore. Do I actually have a problem with what Lonerbox is doing right now? No. No. I don't. Okay? I don't. I believe I even said that Lonerbox deserves to grow his brand beyond Destiny. I'm pretty sure I said that as well. I'm pretty sure I said Lonerbox deserves to grow his own audience that is separate from Destiny's audience. Loner kind of a soy version for that? No. And I will defend Lonerbox on this. For anybody who's trying to call out Lonerbox for not associating with Destiny, I'm sorry, but he's one of the most justified people who has one of the most justifiable reasons to not associate with Destiny anymore. Because of personal associations and shit. Just like for the same reason why Destiny is not associating himself with Vosh because Vosh backstabbed him. Okay? We do not blame Vosh. We do not blame Destiny for not allying himself with Vosh just because they both are against tankies and they're both against Republicans. Okay? We don't blame him for that, so I'm not going to blame Lonerbox for this. Okay? Principles. Principles. Wow. Not having double standards. Crazy, isn't it? Being consistent, a rarity in this space, okay? You're welcome. Why I defend Destiny is because he deserves the representation. He deserves the good faith argument. No association, by the way. No association. But the thing is like if
they don't argue in good faith at all, which is why they'll never debate this, which is why they'll never ever come and have a contentious conversation. Ever. Why they run constantly.
Yeah, I'm going to keep running. Do you know why? It's because, number one, not only do I suck at debate, but number two, I feel like I have debated enough anti-fans to get the gist or get the idea, okay? And number three, okay, I don't believe you deserve any kind of good faith, okay? I don't even view you as a human being at the end of the day, all right? If anybody jumps into the weight room and debates me, that's their, issue or whatever the fuck, right? But you, yourself, you're a loser, okay? So no.
Right?
You're the kind of person who needs my attention to grow and get attention because you, yourself, is unable to get any kind of reach on YouTube. You're desperate for reach on YouTube because your YouTube got banned because Ryo was such a fucking unhinged moron, okay? So I'm not going to give you any oxygen because I want to have your channel die. I want to see your career die. I want to see it die. Do you understand? I want to see your career die. So no, I don't want to collaborate with you. You don't deserve it.
Refuse to have a contentious conversation on any of this. I don't.
Let's just say I was in an environment where there are legitimately a lot of people arguing for Destiny to the point where I'm not needed. Okay, if I'm not needed, then I'm probably going to be aligning myself more with a critic. Absolutely. Yeah. But like the only
she's literally arguing for defensive doxing of people like 2 months ago.
Reason why like I'm doing this because dude, Jstlk is so fucking stupid, dude. What, dude, you know what? Destiny's biggest fucking crime was boosting this fucking retard, okay? Was boosting this fucking retard. Because literally nobody misunderstands my position if they're interpreting what I'm saying in good faith, okay? Period. Can somebody tell me who misunderstands my position? Seriously. I'm pretty sure I said that I would 100% be a critic of Destiny, just like how I was a critic of Destiny when I came back to doing YouTube after my hiatus, alright? I'm pretty sure I said that I would be a critic of Destiny if it weren't for the fact that Destiny has 0 defenders, so he is entitled to the best defense, right? It's not me being contrarian, it's me doing what's right. Because if you cannot beat the best defense Destiny could get, you don't deserve to have an argument in the first place because of how bad faith you are. Okay? Or how wrong you are. So yes, I am gonna endlessly steelman Destiny forever. Okay? I am gonna steelman Destiny. I'm gonna keep steelmanning Destiny. Alright? Until I backstab him. Until I fucking into his back, okay? Just believe that even as a critic, I believe that Destiny deserves...
Oh, I imagine someone in chat told them Lonerbox has a good take, and that's what led to this absurdity. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Some good faith public representation, because he has none right now, that's it.
He's got an audience that's 10 to 100 times the size of anybody who's criticizing him.
Yeah, and his audience is full of morons who do not know how to defend him. What, you want me to lie? Every single time I see another DGGer try to argue shit, like, they don't know, okay? Just look at his top defenders. Look at them. Counterpoints? Wick? Darius? Who are these people? They do not know how to argue. They don't know how to interpret anything. Look at them. They're in shambles. Look at them. They're in shambles. Who? Who is a good arguer?
I feel like that's representation. Maybe not. Maybe not. Listen, I just think about the things that are being said, right? Like, hey, I actually think this person's in the wrong. I think they're in the wrong. I think they're actually kind of gross, to be honest with you. And I'm just taking their side because I know that there aren't a lot of influencers doing that.
Well, yeah, but why would I give you that? Because I know you're an anti-fan, so I know that you're gonna weaponize shit, right? You're gonna weaponize what I say against Destiny, which is exactly why you're using this clip right now. Why the fuck would I, like, okay, serious. Why the fuck would I give you that? Why would I give you any ammunition at all by condemning Destiny like that? Why the fuck shouldn't I defend him? Why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I? Because I know that you're just gonna weaponize it. I'm not gonna give you any ammunition. Fuck you.
And, you know,
I'm gonna attack Destiny. Listen, alternate me in another timeline is attacking Destiny because Destiny actually has competent defenders, okay?
I kind of ignore my own opinion, and I do it because not a lot of influencers.
No, Dan does not have this, okay? I'm pretty sure Dan's livestream defending Destiny was horrible, no? Dan does not have this. Who the fuck said that? I'll ban you. I'm kidding. But like, yeah, no, like, what? If Dan had this, he would still be defending Destiny, and he wouldn't be distancing himself. If Dan actually knew how to defend him, Dan wouldn't have distanced himself away from Destiny and towards Lonerbox. The reality speaks for itself, ain't it?
Are on his side. It's like, oh, well, like, why would somebody do that? Wouldn't it matter? Wouldn't the merits matter? It's like, well, the merits would matter. You cared about principles. You cared about money. Well, I could see why you do it in that case. I could see why you go and do the steel manning. I was very interested.
Yeah, of course I do it also for money. Wait, you think that people can't do ethical things for money? Fuck you. That's literally what a public defender is. Yes, a public defender in the court earns a salary. Does that mean that salary compromises their morals? Or their beliefs? Fuck you. Oh my god. Yeah, money corrupts everything, I guess. This is projection. Because all you care about is money, and you don't care about your principles. So, nice projection there, okay? We all know who you are, alright? You're a Jew stalker. But you go after people whom you accuse to have traits of. Okay, listen. Okay, stop. Pause. Alright?
Very, very neat. I'm sure Lonerbox appreciates Foodshops calling for, you know, Pixie deserves to be doxxed. Just going on her stream. Pixie totally deserves to be doxxed. I'm not saying somebody should do it.
Why the fuck? Okay. I don't even know if I'll ever form a bridge with Lonerbox ever, okay? I don't even think it'll happen. The reason why I don't think it'll happen is because one of Lonerbox's mods fucking hate me, okay? Mirutsi. Alright? Mirutsi. Yes, I am calling you out, okay? Mirutsi. Alright? Because apparently, whenever my name gets brought up in Lonerbox's Discord server, Mirusi is automatically there in half a second to attack me, okay? Based off of one mistake, based off of one thing that I regret doing, okay? But okay. Alright, very nice, okay? So I don't even think it'll happen. I don't think it'll happen, okay? And I'm okay with it not happening. Whatever, okay? I'm just saying it would be nice to have a Lonerbox bridge again. But, you know, it is what it is. Alright, whatever. I'm doing fine without him. With or without him, I'm doing fine.
But, you know, I'm just saying she deserves it. Okay, cool. Nice. Alright. Very neat. Oh, did I not finish your clip again?
Because people keep...
Ultimately,
a lot of people arguing for Destiny to the point where I'm not needed. Okay, if I'm not needed, then I'm
totally
probably going to be aligning myself more with a critic. Absolutely. Why the fuck are you speedrunning? Yeah, but like the only reason why I'm doing this is because I just believe that even as a critic, you know, I believe that Destiny deserves like some good faith public representation because he has none right now. You know, that's it. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Reminder that this person gets hosted / embedded over Darius. Funny shit. Yeah, this person.
What? Wait, sorry. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Is Darius the one defending Destiny? Mirusi did the same thing to Kyla? Oh, I don't know. Mirusi always seemed like one of these women, you know? You know what kind of woman I'm talking about? Pick me.
Darius, listen, for all of Darius's shit, I think Darius doesn't want to, doesn't want to just lie, right? I don't believe so. He wants to have some of, like, of his own, he wants some of his own, like, career outside of that. Although, who knows? I think things are kind of looking more bleak, so. All right, all right.
The girl that says she hangs out with the guys because they're less drama? No. There's like this kind of girl that's out there who will, like, listen, okay? For as much as I appreciate, like, people, like, vehemently defending their streamer, sometimes they'll defend their streamer at, like, the cost of other bridges, or at the cost of, like, furthering both mutually, like, at the cost of mutually beneficial relationships, all right? Or some shit like that. Or will hold a grudge, like, fucking forever. And there'll be no way, there's no way to move them off of their mind for anything, and instead what they'll do is that they'll say, oh yeah, I've lied multiple times, even though, where is the lie? Excuse me, where is the lie? You mean the fact that I heard rumors? Okay.
What are we doing next?
Good meowing, happy to wait to stream. Hello, Mooks.
What are we doing next, guys? I think we're pretty much done with this. I don't know if there's anything else that was interesting here. Darius will lie? Probably. Yeah, I'm probably giving Darius way too much charity. Okay. Has Anna responded to the happy merchant shit? Yeah, she did. I retweeted it. Hold on. Hold on. I know that because I retweeted her response. Her response...
Oh yeah, by the way, you guys should also think about why Jstlk never fucking reacts to me, okay? You guys should also think about that. Alright? The reason is because I actually give good points. I want you guys to think about this. Why is it that Jstlk reacts to counterpoints whenever counterpoints talks about Destiny? Why is it that Jstlk talks about why is it that Jstlk reacts to Darius? Right? I would imagine. Right? Why is it that Jstlk reacts to Wick? Because they're easy pickings. That's why. Alright? Because they can't make an argument to save their lives. Of course. Of course he's gonna try to avoid the only person who is able to counter him.
Of course. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. I'm not in the wrong. You're all in the wrong. I'm being urged to offer a response to the backlash over my mockery of billionaire Larry Ellison.
By the way, this guy locks his Discord's general chat to force people to sub to his Patreon. Yeah, fucking shameless fucking grifter.
Who recently bragged about his role in building a dystopian surveillance state where we're...
Wait, catching strays? He deserves the strays, okay? Holy shit. I hate that motherfucker too. He went after me in the past, okay? I am holding grudges, okay?
All monitored and on our best behavior. My portrayal of him as a villain was accurate. I offer no apology.
Then steelman me, Jstlk. Steelman me right now. Get that steel in me.
True.
Gross. Very disgusting.